Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we finish up the XL75 so we can take it for a rip. Plus we got a few things we got to do on the Yamaha Blaster, so let's get to it. Alright, so as you can see, we have all the parts that we had ordered. These pieces here is so we can finish up the rear brake. This chain is 110 links, which is plenty. I'll cut it down, that way we have the correct length chain. Our air boot from our air box to our carburetor, that way that's working like it should be and we're keeping dirt out. And then a front number plate because we're not running a front headlight because we eliminated all that wiring, and that way it's not so naked up front. So I'm going to go ahead and throw all this stuff on, and then we can take this thing for a rip. Hey, there you have it. It's all put back together. Doesn't she look beautiful? As I said before, the rear fender, seat, gas tank, front fender, grips, controls, front wheel, rear wheel, other than spokes and that's all original. This thing just looks good. Very good for its age. It's a 1977 XL75. Yes, it has an XR front number plate on it. That's because we eliminated the wiring harness from the original bike and put a 94 Honda XR80 electronic system on it. So you got the flywheel, the stator, the CDI, the wiring harness, the coil from the XR80. This thing runs great, goes through all 4 gears like it should. Front and rear brakes work. I do believe that is the original front tire. It's a Bridgestone Trail Wing A5 or 5A. I do believe that is the original tire from 1977, which is amazing. Yeah, there's some dry rot on it, but it holds air, and there's plenty of life on it, because all I plan on doing is riding this bike around the farm, checking fence, just cruising up and down the road. This thing's so quiet that when I went to stop, I thought it stalled out. And it's just because it's that quiet. So I bet you could probably sneak up on a bear with this thing. So, but yeah, we'll do a riding demonstration for you, and then we'll go work on the Yamaha Blaster. All right, so she's running. Pretty quiet, isn't she? We'll go ahead and do some back and forth on the driveway here, and that way you can see that it moves and can go underneath its own power. So there you have it. She runs pretty good. She just through all the gears like she should, and goes right into neutral. The front forks are a little soft, but then again, they're probably not meant for a person my size on them, and they're probably the original forks from '77. Gonna look and see if we can get a stiffer set of springs and rebuild the front forks. That way they're a little stiffer. The rear shocks, they're perfect. They got plenty of travel, haven't bottomed out. The seat, nice and cushiony, and there's no tears. There's a little bit of paint right here. Maybe able to get that out, but no tears. Seat looks amazing. The grips, this one's perfectly fine. This one has some tear up from like being laid over and that, but I do believe these are the original grips for this bike. So we're gonna just leave them on there until, you know, they're virtually gone, and then we'll put new ones on. The gear ratio is a little on the slow side. First gear, basically not there. You're moving slower than a snail in first gear. When you hit fourth gear, I mean, you're cruising, but to get up to like 35, 40, it's on the upper half of the RPMs, and I would like to change that. That way when you're in fourth gear and you're cruising at like 40 miles an hour, this thing's just humming. So may change that out, but what can I say? This bike's awesome. You know, I mean, mostly original, runs great, and you know, it'd be perfect just to go cruise on. My wife can hop on and ride it. I can put my nephew on it and he can ride it. A friend, just anyone can ride it. Don't have a ton of power, but man, does she just get up and go, you know, for a little 75cc engine. But enough about this. Let's go ahead and start working on the blaster. We got a few things we got to do to it yet. All right, guys, so we're gonna put a hold on the blaster. We got to get that hooked up to the tractor. This is our new baler. It's a John Deere 385. We picked it up down by Chillicothe. Actually, we had it delivered, but this thing should be a lot nicer than our John Deere 410 baler. Heard good things about this baler, so hopefully it works out great for us. But we got to get that hooked up to the tractor so we can get it all ready to start baling with, because we're gonna be cutting hay here soon. And I gotta change brakes and do oil change on my wife's car. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, so we got the wife's car in here, got the oil draining, got the baler hooked to the tractor, still gotta hook up the hydraulics and the PTO shaft. But man, she looks pretty good on the old girl. This thing is a dual feed twine baler. So you'll have twine that comes through here, comes across this pulley down to these eyelets, and then they feed down underneath there, and then same thing on the other side. So it comes down and across down here. But you can run it with just one side. I do believe it's just this side if you want to do one, but we're going to set it up for dual feed. But yep, we'll get this thing all hooked up, and then I'll show you that it's working. All right, so we got the oil change in the wife's car. Also got everything hooked up. Got the hydraulics, the PTO. In fact, there's the wife and baby hay right now. But I got the string ran. You can run 3 bundles in here, stacked up, tie them all together, and then they come down and across, down through the bottom there. Same thing with the other side. But ready to test fire this. Make sure it's gonna work. I still gotta get the controller hooked up. think it'll work out pretty well. Let's see what the little man says. What do you think, buddy? Think it's gonna work out? What do you think? Huh?
You want to dance? Dancing, baby? You want to dance?
Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this video. Next video we will work on the Yamaha Blaster. We got a rear brake to install, new peg cock. We're going to take the carburetor off and give it a fresh clean. That way it's ready for our performance mods. So in our performance mods, we're going to modify the stock header. We got a high compression head. We got V-force forward reeds. We got a lightened flywheel. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a launch test and a 100-foot drag. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please hit that like button down below. It helps me out. Leave any comments also. If you guys want to see my last video, you can click over here. If you guys haven't already subscribed, you can click over here. And I'll catch you guys next time.